You know, my son has arrived in Bangkok. He's come to visit me. He's 21 years of age. I left him alone last time. He's here with his mate, heading somewhere in Bangkok, and who knows what they got up to. But it's great to see a 21-year-old enjoying a different city, you know, other side of the world almost. He's obviously from Glasgow, him and his mate. It's great to see them explore something different. 21 years old, and my son is smart. He's with his mate. Both of them are smart, big lads, look after themselves, strong, go to the gym, sensible. Well, sensible until they get to Bangkok, and then there's maybe a whole different conversation. Not heard from them yet, and it's 9:30 in the morning. So who knows what they got up to? I'm quite sure they're safe, and I'm quite sure they'll text me soon to say, hey, let's meet up and go for some breakfast, lunch or whatever. But yeah, 21 years old, he's landed in Bangkok. He's obviously, he's here for 10 days or so. He's obviously going to enjoy himself, and I'm going to encourage him to enjoy himself, because that's one of the aspects of life. But yesterday when we were catching up and we were just talking about a few things, and similar to previous conversations, we started to talk about where he is in his life, and that junction of does he continue to study, which he will do, and then what he does next. And it's a great conversation, and I love it. He's a very smart lad, proud of him. But we're having that conversation about, he mentioned things like military, and I was like, no son, I'm not up for you joining the military. Here's my view. Fair play to anybody that joins the military, commendable to you. I'm in awe of you if you join the military. You're braver than me. But my view is, in the military, you're fighting a rich man's war. You're just cannon fodder for the wealthy. That's always going to be my view. My father was in the Second World War, and he talked about a little bit about his experience, and he would always say the same thing. It's a mug's game. Fighting wars is it's a fool's game. So the military thing I managed to put to bed. He talked about other things. But what came up in the conversation was this idea of quiet quitting. And it's an interesting conversation, an interesting concept. It seems to be a thing in the West. I think, to be honest, it was there when I was younger, this idea of quiet quitting, because 80% of the people that I used to work with in jobs that I had done before, they were pretty lazy. So I would say that maybe they were quiet quitting, they just had a different name for it when I was younger, which is called laziness. Anyway, I'll come back to that. But yeah, this subject of quiet quitting came up. And I was saying to him, son, don't quiet quit, do the opposite, double down. When everyone else is quiet quitting or whatever that is, being lazy, when they're quiet quitting, you double down. You work harder, you work better, smarter, faster, quicker than everyone else. And then you earn more money. You earn more money. You save that money, you invest that money, bank that money. You don't need stuff. You don't need to keep building stuff. You can live in a small apartment, drive a small car, meanwhile saving all that money. And the idea is to get through that working period of your life as quick as you can. Get to that retirement stage. And when I say retirement, what I don't mean is, retire and do nothing. What I mean, retire and do something that you may want to do. Because often what you want to do doesn't pay the bills. And this idea again of, if you're not working in something that you're passionate about, then follow your passion. It's not as easy as that. Wealthy people tell you that. But anyway, my son talking about quiet quitting, my advice is the same, and take it if you want it, but get through that working life as quick as you can. You don't need all this stuff. Save your money, invest your money, build up that money, and then quit on your terms, and then start and do something that you want. Sure, you can be an entrepreneur. You can throw caution at the wind and chase your dreams, invest in a startup idea, but not everyone has that skill. So the core component I would suggest to most people is get through that working life period as quick as you can. Get yourself a pot of FU money, and then build that and get to that stage where you just say, you know what, I've had enough, I'm off, I'm going to go and do something that I want to do, and I've got enough money to be able to back me on that. Interesting enough, I was just watching a video there, 47-year-old guy, I'll try and leave the link somewhere. Glaswegian, my hometown, him and his wife, 47 years old, I think he mentioned his wife was 48, and they decided just to sell all the belongings. He had a record collection, a townhouse, 3 levels townhouse, him and his wife. His father passed away, that hit him hard, and he talked about depression and mental health, and he just said enough. He sold everything, banked his money, had some investment, banked his money, and I think now, currently he's in Kuala Lumpur. He's a great guy. I love his channel. I hope you see it. I hope you get inspired by it and maybe leave him some money. But he's a great guy. And he's talking a lot of sense, and he just threw caution to the wind, said, screw that, I'm off. I'm going to go and see the world. And I love it. It's fantastic. And I would encourage my son to do that. Certainly, if you can get through that period, that working period, and save that money, not buy stuff, and then get to that stage where you can, chase his dream, then do that. Some would argue you should do it now. And I would say, yeah, if he wants to, you can do it now. I'm never going to hold him back. He's a smart guy. But yeah, this idea of quiet quitting, it's a bit odd. Strange concept. I remember when I first started working, and as I said, there was a lot of lazy people that I used to work with. And I remember one day I was having this conversation with a guy, and he had quite a lot of holidays compared to me. And I'd asked him, why do you get more holidays than me? I've got like 4 weeks holiday and you never seem to be here. He said, oh no, Ian, you've got 2 months holiday. I was like, what do you mean? I've only got 4 weeks holiday pay. He went, no, you've got 8 weeks, 2 months. You get 4 weeks holiday pay, and then you've got 4 weeks sick pay that you need to use and enjoy yourself, relax, and have a good holiday. I was like, but that 4 weeks is your sick pay. He went, no, just take it. It's your holiday pay. Just think of it as a holiday pay. Now, that thinking to me is just alien, to be honest. First of all, if I said to my dad, I'm going to call in sick and sit about the house for 4 weeks, I know that I would get booted to the curb. I remember being made unemployed, and I went home and my dad was like, right, tomorrow you're out looking for a job. Like I said, military guy. So yeah, this idea of 4 weeks sick pay, which is the same as 4 weeks holiday pay, was just alien to me. But it sums that mindset up for me, and I'm not a mad go-getter. I'm just maybe your average kind of guy, different views, and I've done well, saved well, and managed to get, well, this is Bangkok, managed to do okay. Working towards retirement, but when I retire, I'll be retiring on my terms. But like I said, quiet quitting is not for my boy. Don't see the point of that. I want him to double down, work really, really hard, get through that period of life as quick as he can, save his money, smart with money, invest his money, and then enjoy that second or that third period of your life, you kind of childhood, working life, and then that retirement life. Enjoy it for a longer period of time than most people do. And I always had that mindset, I think, and that's probably why when I was working, these guys were like, yeah, 4 weeks holiday, 4 weeks sick pay, and I was like, no, I'm just going to work harder, because I earn more money. I actually got promoted quicker, and then when you get promoted, you get more money. Yes, I bought stupid stuff. I had a big house, car and stuff. Don't have that now, and I have no plans to have that. I've got a very small place, which I bought last year. I've got stuff in it, but that's just a base. What I want to do is see the rest of the world. After Bangkok, yeah, my hope is maybe Japan, back into China for a period of time. My dream would be to tour China and show the whole of China to you. I've already been all over China, and it's a beautiful place. But yeah, this is kind of what I want to do. I have this also hidden desire to make a documentary. I have no idea what I'm going to make it on, how to make a documentary, but that's half the fun in life, and that's bringing me to the end of this video, just ad-libbing. That is, have a bit of a structure to where you want to go with your life. I'm saying I want to make a documentary when I retire, which may be around when I hit 59, 60 or something. I have no idea what I want to make a documentary on. I have no talent to make a documentary, but at least I've got something that I'm aiming for 2 or 3 years out. So many people are just going week after week, and then you wonder why they're like, I'm going to quit. I get it. It is not easy in this day and age. A lot of people are finding it tough. A lot of my friends are finding it tough. I've been okay. I should be okay for the rest of my life, and my son should be smart enough and be okay. My daughter similar as well. She met a wonderful guy. But yeah, I don't know what I'm rambling about. I'm waiting to hear from my son. Hope to hear him quite soon. Don't know what he got up to last night, but I know he'll be safe. He's a smart lad. But anyway, this is Bangkok, killing time. It's raining this morning. They told me the raining season in Bangkok was finished. I'm not too sure, because that's rain if you ask me. Anyway, what have I covered? Quiet quitting. This guy that I liked in Glasgow, my son here in Bangkok, and giving you a little bit of advice is to aim for something far off in the distance and keep yourself motivated. Life ain't easy at this moment in time for all of us. I have my troubles and challenges too. Keep it real, keep yourself sane, look after your mental health, look after your family, look after your community, and that's one of the things I love here in Asia. Community means a lot. I'm not sure what happened to the communities back in the UK. Margaret Thatcher, I think, is what happened. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Bangkok, this is me, Ian. Look after yourself. Peace out. Catch you in another video, maybe where I make some sense.